What if I told you that the biggest drug dealer in the world didn't need a cartel, a gang, or even a gun? All he needed was a laptop, an internet connection, and the dark web. Today, we unravel the story of AlphaBay, the largest illegal marketplace in dark web history. A story that involves millions in cryptocurrency, a Canadian tech genius, and a secret global operation that tricked thousands of criminals in real time. This isn't fiction. This is one of the greatest cyber busts the world has ever seen. The deep web, the part of the internet not indexed by search engines, hosts a darker side. Black markets hidden behind encryption and anonymity. By 2014, as authorities finally closed the infamous Silk Road, a new shadowy marketplace quietly emerged from the depths of the dark web. It was called AlphaBay. AlphaBay grew fast, really fast. Within 3 years, it had over 400,000 users and processed an estimated $600,000 in daily transactions. The person running it? An anonymous admin who went by the alias Alpha02. To his users, he was untouchable. To the authorities, he was target number 1. Alpha2 operated carefully, never revealing personal details, always using encryption and hiding behind Tor. Tor, short for the Onion Router, is a special network that hides users' identities by bouncing their internet traffic through multiple encrypted servers around the world. It's what allows people and criminals to access the dark web without revealing their location. The FBI and DEA launched full-scale investigations, but the site was airtight. They tried to infiltrate the marketplace, gather evidence, even bait dealers. Still, Alpha02 remained a ghost, until one day, a digital slip-up changed everything. In late 2016, a cybersecurity researcher reached out to law enforcement. He'd discovered that in the early days of AlphaBay, the site sent out automated welcome emails, and those emails contained headers exposing the original sender's real email address. The address? The same scene plays over and over. Pimp Alex, 9010hotmail.com. It seemed like a joke, but the FBI traced that handle to old tech forums and social media accounts. There it was again, Pimp Alex 91, connected to a young Canadian named Alexandre Cazes. He wasn't some seasoned cybercriminal. He was a software developer from Quebec in his mid-20s. Alex Cazes had built AlphaBay with skill, but outside the dark web, he wasn't very careful. On forums, he shared links to a software company he claimed to run, EBX Technologies, the same alias tied to servers used by AlphaBay. His LinkedIn and PayPal accounts used the same email address from the original AlphaBay headers. Even his selfies matched old photos from public social media profiles. Investigators couldn't believe it. They had a name, a face, a trail, and Cazes wasn't in hiding. He was living large in Bangkok, Thailand, driving sports cars, throwing parties, and buying up real estate, all under his real name. While the FBI zeroed in on Cazes across the ocean, another drama was unfolding. The Hansa market, one of AlphaBay's top competitors, was under surveillance by Dutch and German authorities. They had quietly gained access to its servers and were reading private messages, tracking orders, and watching the administrators in real time. They planned to take over the site from the inside. Why? Because once AlphaBay went down, criminals would migrate to the next biggest site, which, if all went to plan, would be Hansa, now secretly run by police. It would be the ultimate honeypot. This two-pronged global takedown was codenamed Operation Bayonet. It was a joint effort between the FBI, DEA, Europol, and law enforcement from Germany, the Netherlands, Thailand, Lithuania, and more. The plan was simple, but bold. Let AlphaBay users run to Hansa, thinking it was safe, while authorities silently collected names, wallet addresses, shipping locations, and conversations. But first, they had to arrest Cazes, and fast. On July 5, 2017, Thai police set their trap. They staged a car accident right outside Cazes' luxury home, just enough commotion to draw him outside. It worked. Cazes stepped out to check on the noise, holding his unlocked laptop in hand. That detail was crucial. If the device had been encrypted or put to sleep, access to AlphaBay's servers might have been lost forever. Officers swarmed in. Cazes panicked and tried to run back inside, likely to shut the computer. But it was too late. They tackled him. His laptop was still on, still connected, and still logged into AlphaBay's backend. investigators uncovered everything: credentials to AlphaBay's servers, lists of vendors and buyers, financial logs showing $23 million in assets, Bitcoin wallets, luxury property titles, and more. Cases had it all, a digital empire at his fingertips. And now it was in the hands of law enforcement. His Thai wife was also charged, suspected of helping launder money through the real estate empire they built together. But Cassis wouldn't make it to trial. On July 12th, 1 week after his arrest, Alexandre Cassis was found dead in his jail cell. Authorities ruled it a suicide. His death shocked investigators, but it didn't stop the mission. They had what they needed, and the trap was working. For weeks, criminals flooded into Hansa, not realizing it was now fully operated by the Dutch police. Every transaction, every address, every user recorded. On July 20th, 2017, the final blow was struck. Both AlphaBay and Hansa were officially taken offline. The US Department of Justice made the announcement public, revealing the full scope of the operation. Thousands of dark web users had been caught red-handed. Dozens of arrests followed worldwide, and for a brief moment it seemed like the war on the dark web was won. But that victory was short-lived. Just like any underground economy, when one market falls, another rises. New marketplaces quickly emerged to fill the void. Some were smarter, more secure, harder to trace. The Hydra market in Russia grew even larger than AlphaBay at its peak, until it too was dismantled in 2021 by German and American authorities. But perhaps the most shocking twist, in 2021, someone claiming to be Disnake, a former AlphaBay co-founder, relaunched the site, and it's still active, somewhere out there in the shadows of the dark web. The story of AlphaBay is a modern legend, a cautionary tale about power, anonymity, and how one slip of the keyboard can unravel an empire. Alex Cassis built a digital kingdom from scratch and lost it all in an instant. But the battle isn't over. As long as the demand for anonymity, drugs, weapons, and information remains, new kings will rise, and law enforcement will be watching, quietly, patiently, ready to strike again. If you enjoyed this story, leave a like, subscribe, and let us know what you want to see next. Stay safe and stay curious.